Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard, and I have a comment that I'm going to talk about real quick on one of my videos. And I don't normally talk about comments because I don't. I do very much do my very best to answer and comment on everybody who comments on my channel. So as a quick background thing, I think my channel's been up for 12 or 13 years, somewhere around there. I have 4,040 subscribers, but I don't really get a lot of views. I don't think I get the views that I would think would come from a channel that gets 4,000 subscribers, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining a bit. Anyway, I just recently posted a video called Camp Sunset giveaway video, and it's been up for 13 hours now. So anyway, I have several comments, and usually the comments I get are for the same handful of people. But I have a new person, and their channel is called Joanna Russell. And I'm looking at the screen here real quick, and I'm going to read what it says. I am going to not mention a channel that she mentioned. And not because you can't, I mean, you could go on my channel and see the comment yourself. It says, been watching your videos for a couple months. I enjoy them. I'm 65, from Oklahoma. Had an accident in 2013 and lost my left leg, so I'm handicapped. Could you maybe do a video or two how to do survival for handicapped people? I also asked YouTube channel name. They said they are too busy or ignored me because it said like the YouTube channel type. So I'm making an assumption that not only that channel but several like that channel. And they said they are too busy or ignored me. That book and the kit would be cool to win. Keep up the videos. Hey to your missus. So anyway, my response, and I just responded, and it's been up for 12 hours now. So my response I would be glad to do that for you. I will think on it a bit and get out and do it as soon as possible. Thanks for asking. Very pleased that you respect my abilities to even ask me to do that for you. So, yeah, I really appreciate that. That would be fantastic. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. And I'll talk about that here in a second, but I want to get back to Joanna's comment. It says 65. Oh, I'm 57, so it's not horribly different age. From Oklahoma. I have been to Oklahoma. As a matter of fact, I did my AIT at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. As a matter of fact, I did my basic training and AIT at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. So I was there for about 6 months or so. Although I have to admit, I didn't get to see a lot of Oklahoma. I saw Fort Sill. But anyway, so they had an accident and lost their left leg. I have been injured several times, enough to put me into a wheelchair, but not an extended period of time. As a matter of fact, I had a couple knee surgeries due to the fact that I used to jump out of airplanes in the Army for a living, and I was a professional MMA fighter and fought in cages. Well, eventually my knees just went out, and I've had 2 knee surgeries. Although I have not had my knees replaced, I've had the meniscus, well, what was left, the meniscus that was hanging out, I had it removed. So my left knee does not have any meniscus at all. It's just my kneecap on just there with no cushion, and my right one has very little left, if any, at this point. So although I can't say that I am permanently placed in a physical disability like that, I can sympathize just from the short period of time that I was in a wheelchair. I did have a really decent job at the time, and my job demanded that I was on my feet constantly, at least the way I did my job. I mean, I could have done my job sitting in an office in a chair a lot, but that wasn't how I did my job. I was out and moving, and anyway, even with my injury, I would sit in a scooter and do my job. And believe me, it was difficult to be chasing people down and stopping them while in a scooter, but I did it. Anyway, and could you maybe do a video or two on how to survive for handicapped people? Absolutely. I would very much enjoy that, and I appreciate that you even asked me to do that. I consider it an honor that you just asked me to do it, and I would be more than glad to do that for you. Absolutely. So I asked others like channel type. Now, I will tell you this much. I'm not mentioning the channel's name, and obviously from the comment, it was more than just that one particular channel. But the channel you happen to mention, I have looked at, but I don't like watching it. Personal opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm just saying I don't like that person's channel. I think that they're arrogant. I think they're snobbish. I don't like the person's attitude. Whether they've got skill or not, I mean, they do the same thing that all the rest of us do, and I don't think they're any more skilled than anybody else. And honestly, I just don't like the person's attitude. I don't know them personally. No contact whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever had any conversation through comments or personal or anything like that ever with this person. I just don't like their channel. By the way they act on the channel, I don't like it. So I don't watch that person. As a matter of fact, if I see something that person is doing and I'm interested, I will look on the internet at somebody else's channel and try to find the same topic. I won't even watch that person's channel. I don't like them. I don't like them. Again, it's just a personal opinion. I'm not saying anything, I'm not stating any kind of fact. This is just opinion. But yeah, I don't like that person. That's the only one they mentioned specifically. They also said so obviously it was more than one person by the way it looked. They are too busy or ignored me. I don't like that. I get channels that are too busy to be really personable. I get it. It's just not me. So they said they're too busy or ignored me. So I will not do that. I will never intentionally ignore somebody. Now, if you're being mean to me, and if you're being mean to me, and I don't get a lot of meanness on my Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft channel, I have on my Zen Shin Academy channel, because I do two different YouTube channels. I have two different YouTube channels. I have Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, which is this channel. And then I have a martial art channel called Zen Shin Academy. And I do my martial arts on that channel. I used to do it on this channel, but decided that I needed to separate them. So Zen Shin Academy, ZENSHIN Academy. Yeah, go check that out. I'd love that you go check that out. But I do my martial arts from that channel. And I've gotten some nasty trolls over there saying mean things. Now, I used to comment and try to be nice, but that doesn't do any good. These type of people just want to bitch about stuff and they want to say mean things. It doesn't really matter. So trying to be cordial with them doesn't do anything. It's not good. Arguing back with them still doesn't do anything. So at this point, I generally just ignore that type of comment, or I just delete it completely, depending on how disgusting they get. Some of them get really gross. I mean, it's just, and they don't even stick to martial art topics. They like go to other weird things and say a lot of mean, nasty stuff that has nothing to do with martial arts. Those I just delete. The rest of them I just kind of ignore, mean, nasty stuff. But as far as someone asking me to do something, I will not ignore you. I will never intentionally ignore you. I, at this point, will not say I'm too busy. I don't think I'll ever get too busy to help somebody out. I'll be honest, I don't think that will ever happen. Even if for some weird reason, but my channel's been up for like 12, 13 years, and it's not gotten super big by this time. It's not going to. But even if I did get super popular and busy on my channel, I would still never just tell somebody I'm too busy. I would do my very best to accommodate a viewer's request if I possibly could, and I can accommodate this request. I can do that. So real quickly, let me show you something. All right, let me back up here. Nope, not enough. Nope, not enough. Let me angle this differently. There we go. So, although I am not in a wheelchair myself, my wife does require a wheelchair to move around. So we have this one in the house. Well, actually, this one is in the van, and I went out to the van and got it. So I went out to the van and grabbed this wheelchair. So I have a wheelchair with me that I can absolutely use. She also has one of those really big motorized ones. I don't think she'll let me use that to go play with, though. But I don't know if she will. We can't attach it to the. It requires a rack on the outside of the van. The big one. It requires a rack on the outside of the van. And I think the big one weighs like 350 pounds, something like that. And we don't have the rack yet, but we will be getting one hopefully soon. But there is a park with some woods that is probably a little more than half a mile away from the house. I'm not 100% sure whether she'd let me take her motorized one out there to do that, but I can definitely take this one out. I'll take this one out here, and we can go to that park, or I know several other places that I could go take this and do some outdoor survival. So I will think about what I want to do. If you want to, and if you're interested in anything specific, like, I don't know, shelter builds or something like that, if you could give me a more detailed idea of what you're looking for, I can go out, I can do a tent, I can do fire, we can cook something, just a basic camp setup or something like that. I can do that in this. So the things that we can talk about, the things that will hamper you if you're in a wheelchair and trying to be out in the woods, because it would be very difficult to get this bad boy to move in between trees out where I live. I know in Oklahoma, the environment would be considerably different than here in Indiana. I live in Indiana. We have a lot of woodlands, and the brush and the ground would make it very, very difficult, if not impossible, to go through that. But we do have trails. So I will make sure I get out there. And on this video here, if you want to give me any specifics about what you're wanting, if there's anything specific you want, like do you plan on getting out of your chair? Like, say you're going to spend the night out in the woods and you're going to sleep in a tent or something like that. Are you able to get yourself in and out of the chair by yourself? So if you can, then I can set up where, I would do that and get out of the chair with the tent and have that set up and get in the tent and then drag myself back up into the chair. I honestly don't know how someone who has one leg would do that specifically. So I would have to just kind of, what would I do if I only had one leg? How would I get into the chair? So I can't say that it would be 100% about how you would do it particularly, but I would show you how I would possibly do it. I would very much attempt to get in and out of the chair without using legs. That would be interesting. I've never done that, so that would be really interesting. What I'm thinking right now would be maybe I would get next to a log that was a little higher, and I would get myself on that and then scoot myself into the chair or something to that effect. If I needed to keep the wheels from moving, maybe I could stick rocks on either side of it to keep it from moving back and forth, and then just shoot a rock away as I move off. Something like that. But if you have anything specific in mind, let me know, and I will do my very best to accommodate that. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I've not lived that lifestyle, so I really don't know what I would do, but it would be fun for me to find out. It would be a really good learning experience for me. So not only am I hopefully going to help you, but I will actually help myself by giving myself an experience that I haven't had, and I'd love to have new experiences. So as a matter of fact, Joanna, Russell, I would love to do that for you. And if you have any specific things you're interested in, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be more than glad to attempt that for you. And if you don't, I would just do a generalized outdoors adventure of some sort in this wheelchair. So there you go. Thank you guys for watching Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and enjoy the outdoors, even if it's just your own backyard. Woo! Woo! Let's go this way. Woo! Ha ha!